Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 475. My name is Christopher Q, and I'm here with Jason A. Striker.
Hey! I did finger guns at the camera.
Oh, hey, I'm here too. I'm Travis Baum from the internet.
Do the finger guns.
I've been here the whole time.
Bang them. Bang them. Shoot them. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Today we're going to be talking about Summer Game Fest, but before we do that, we're going to talk about the games that we've been playing this week. And before we do that, we're going to see what's going on around the table. So, Travis, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, hey. I didn't know you were going to go to me first.
Well, we haven't talked to you in a while, so what's up?
Yeah, I've been away. No, we've been busy. We've been running the gauntlet on friend meetups. We've just been kind of I was sitting at home and I was like thinking of like a social media post, and I was like, I want to be more present on social media. And I was typing it out, and as I got to the end of the sentence, and like that was going to be my tweet. I just want to be more present on social media. But then I was like, no, backspace.
Yeah.
And I was like,
really?
I want to be more present. I actually want to be more present. So I've been making it a chore in my daily life in the last month to like reconnect with friends, be less introverted, and get out there, have some fun with some folks. Just touch grass a little bit. So we've been doing that.
If you have a house view on that, let me know, because I still can't make it out of the house very often, like maybe once a year. So you need the Professor X chair is what you need.
Oh
shit, I do. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Like to me, my A strikers. And then
they tried to give me a walker of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
I had some work done on my foot over the past few days, and I was at my appointment today, my post-op, and they tried to give me a walker there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, cool, I'll use one. They could not get it big enough for me, so I still have no walker. I just gotta hobble around.
I have always been a huge fan, and I've always told myself if I had some sort of walking impairment, that I would go towards the cane.
Yeah,
I feel like the cane.
I tried.
You tried the cane.
Yeah, I tried the cane. I just don't look cool using it. That's the thing.
See, I disagree. I think the cane is classy.
I think in the movies the cane looks cool, but like in all actuality, you're kind of putting it out and you're like shaking it around, like trying to stabilize on it, and it just looks feeble.
It also depends on the cane. Like if the bottom of your cane has the 3 tennis balls on it, like you have the tripod cane, that's
might
not
help.
Cool.
That might help, but it's not cool.
That might help. Is not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool. You can paint like some flame stripes on it or something like that, just to show
like
people I may be
hobbling. A diamond or something.
Yeah. In its fangs. Just telling people that I may be hobbly, but I go hard.
Yep. There's a fucking sword in this thing. Oh,
speaking of going hard, that's what we did.
Do you remember my wedding? Jason?
Yeah.
I gave all the groomsmen had that was their groomsmen gift was a cane with a sword in it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You were thinking, forward thinking. Yeah, I like that. In their feeble old age.
So speaking of going hard, like I said, we were just like going hard, hanging out with friends, meeting up, doing barbecues. Last weekend on Friday, we went to this place called the Boiling Crab. It's where it's the only place I can get my Louisiana crawfish fix.
Nice.
Because they import in Gulf crawfish, so it's really good quality. And 4 of us all got together Friday night and sat down and ordered it. We've been to the restaurant. The other 2 people who were with us had never been to the restaurant before, so we kind of knew all the tricks and how to order and what spice level to make everything.
Is it all served like on the table itself?
Exactly. It's a huge mess at the end.
Boil.
Like in the restaurant, there's a big trough to wash your hands before you go to the restroom. It's one of those places. So we get there and we order the whole shebang, which is all the seasonings mixed into one. And then the spice level, we always do medium. We get it every single time. We've been to this restaurant like 7 or 8 times since I've lived here. We know what to expect.
Oh, shit.
we get down, we sit down, the food comes in, we start eating, and then immediately we're all sweating. We're like, what the hell, man? This is hot today. This is like super, super hot. They must have swapped out their XXX most hot seasoning because they had these poor 4 people in a conniption fit, man, because we were dripping with sweat. And then the day after, and just to go on top of this, I've been sick all week. So we were sitting outside. It's cold. I've been sick, barely having any voice. And here we are getting attacked by this spicy food. And I woke up the next day even sicker. It was rough. So we've been pushing back recording. We're releasing this episode late. I think, Jason, you had some stuff. I wasn't feeling good either. It just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't in the cards this week. But we're here. We made it. We're a little bit late. And I'm happy. I think we're better for it.
I like to think of it this way. It's not that we're late. We just decided that we wanted to do 2 shows in 1 week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so like as a makeup for last week and then the normal time this week. Okay. Yeah,
okay.
That works.
Exactly,
That works.
Yeah. All good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all part of the plan. All right. Jason. Jason, what's up,
dude?
Mavericade. This is probably the last one for a while.
I don't believe you. I don't even believe you a little
probably
bit,
the last one for a while.
I don't believe you even a little bit.
Audio listeners, Jason's holding up yet another leverless.
Yeah, another leverless stick. Audio listeners also will not appreciate the split design from the WASD and the action buttons. It's very ergonomic. And very, very, very cool.
What's in the center? It kind of looks like a touchpad.
Is that a mouse pad?
No, it's a display. Let me plug this fucking thing in.
Shit.
Here, where's my? Here, hold on. I'm gonna plug it in.
I just hear cans or something.
It's a little display.
Oh, dude, check that out.
Mavericade. As you push the buttons, they light up on screen.
Nice. That's cool.
Can you play Snake? Can you play Snake on that thing?
You could. This thing seems.
You have to root it first.
Really neat. It's smaller actuation buttons though that I'm used to, but I do appreciate these split ergonomics. That's kind of cool. So it might save my wrist a little bit, but
neat.
This is fun.
You're gonna need to get a wall set up for those bad boys.
He's gonna have a wall of these things.
Yeah.
How many do you have now?
Did we count yet? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I feel like you're at least over 5, man.
Oh, yeah. All right. 7, I'll bet. 7? I'll bet.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's like going back to this little guy, which doesn't even work anymore. And that was like 3 years ago. Okay. So it's been a process, but it's been hot and heavy as of late. I like it. I'm having fun with it.
Stuff.
Chris, anything happening with you this week, man?
Is anything happening for me this week? Not really. I
think Jeff's having the best week out of all of us.
Jeff's at Disney
stroke.
Right now, right?
Yeah, he's
stroke at Disney. I've been kind of keeping an eye on what he's talking about because like the things that he's throwing out on in Discord, it's like, yep, Tron was awesome. Yeah, it was really great. And just like he's very in tune with like all the different rides that I really love too. So we're on the same page on a lot of that stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what he thinks of Rise when he goes. So
I think he'll like it.
Yeah,
I think he'll like it.
It's a great experience. So, I highly suggest it to anybody who decides to, spend everything in their wallet to go to Disney World.
I just rode it 2 weeks ago. I can't get enough of it, man. Like it's
great.
That ride, I've probably been on it 12, 13 times already, and it is special every single time. I love that ride so much.
It's really, really great. And it shows like one of the things I love about it most is that it does a really good job of showing you how far they've come with the animatronic technology.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the way that they can get Kylo to move and the way they can get Rey to move and is Rey? I can't remember.
Well, Rey's a hologram. She's a hologram. Their projection technology is fantastic.
Yeah, their projection technology is great too. And but I know that you get to see Kylo and you get to see what's his name, the redheaded
Hux.
Hux. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job with that stuff, man. It's really great.
Yeah. Good.
And
shit.
my daughter's favorite part of Rise was the droid, was R5.
R5.
Yeah. In the front of the car. So
Yeah,
she was sitting there talking to it the whole time, and she's like, "It's my friend." And I'm like, "Okay." But yeah, I mean, nothing else really for me. I it's work and family. I've got lots of extracurriculars going on this summer for the kids. But things are fine.
Very cool.
But I'm ready to talk about some games. So let's talk about some games.
Let's do it.
Who wants to go first? And if you guys don't want to go first, I'll go first.
Yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter in the training mode.
I'll go with one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done. That's it.
You're done. That's it. Training.
No,
mode.
how is are you improving? Are you
I am actually. Yes, I've this week is like the first week that I've felt like more precise with stuff. And it's been really fun, like nailing stuff that I'm kind of hitting the ceiling that I had before, which is a huge improvement.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there's a few different things that I'm working on, like very consistent Tiger knees, which is essential for Kimberly gameplay, but not so essential for other players. That I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm making it harder on myself. But it's a challenge, and I'm working out a lot better. I'm still using the gription thing, the grippy. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
I'm still using that, and that seems to be working actually. So, what I use it on like my fingertips like that, so I'm able to press down, with a little more strength and precision. So, I don't know, it's a good therapeutic exercise.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Is that mainly why you moved over to like playing with leverless all the time? Is hand strength?
No,
like how much did you lose?
I knew that was going to be a huge problem. When leverless first started becoming popular, I immediately was like, "There's no way I'm ever going to be able to use this," because I knew how bad my hands were, like especially on the left side. But I slowly viewed it as a challenge and like something that I wanted to do, because I found out that I really like using it in like beat 'em ups and other games. It's a fun way to play a game. So. Yeah, and then there's the added benefit of having like low level challenges in like Street Fighter when you're, and these are easy to knock out and easy to get like acclimated to. So it's been I don't know, a lot of forward progress, I think. And I've hit some road bumps for sure, but for the most part, yeah, it's been pretty positive. So it's a personal challenge mostly.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool deal. Let's see what else. So what have I been playing? Since we're on the topic of Summer Game Fest this week, one of the things that was announced was there was some not free, but there was some expansion content for Alan Wake 2.
Yes,
that dropped. And that shadow dropped for the next day. So once that was available, I downloaded it and played it. It's 3 episodes. They're all completely separate. If people are familiar with Alan Wake, you're familiar with Night Springs, which is a fictional television show rooted in the game. And what the DLC is essentially 3 episodes of Night Springs. So how they bookend, they bookend each episode like a television episode. You got the intro, you have Mr. Dorr doing the intro like he's Rod Serling from Twilight Zone. Always ends with like a credits and a theme song, so you definitely still get that TV show feel that Alan Wake 2 had. So that part's strong, but sadly, the majority of the episodes, the content within them are just not as strong as some others. The first episode was my favorite. There's this character who is this girl who owns a diner, and she's Max Payne's #1 fan. Not Max Payne. I'm sorry, Alan Wake's #1 fan. So
she likes problems. Okay,
she finds out that it's just a normal day in the diner pouring coffee and stuff like that, and then you find out that Alan Wake is in trouble, and you love him and you've got to go save, you have to be the one to save him. So she goes into the back room and when you open it up, it's covered in shotguns and semi-automatic pistols and weaponry. Okay. So she picks up the shotgun, walks out of the diner, and everybody's clapping for her and rooting her on. So you can tell that this whole thing is completely in her head. She's totally dreaming this, but it's just a shotgun toting waitress mowing down people trying to save Alan Wake. And it was a legitimately fun episode from start to finish.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's really, really great. But sadly, the other two episodes, which I was excited about because they brought back Jesse Faden from Control, you got Sean Ashmore from the X-Men coming back, reprising some roles from the
Quantum Break,
Remedyverse. There was a very nice Quantum Break wink and a nod in there that I really appreciated. Yeah, because Quantum Break's technically not a property of Remedies, so it's owned by Microsoft, so they can't necessarily add Quantum Break to the Remedyverse. But they did a nice little wink and a nod between a couple of characters that I really appreciated. That I think fans of Quantum Break will definitely get. My biggest gripe at the end of the day was two of the episodes. It just kind of felt like it was you're playing a player generated level editor. They're just hollow. The missions are hollow, empty. You know, when you think about Alan Wake, you think about creepy stuff happening all the time. There's constant things to watch on TV, things to read to kind of get you immersed in the lore. There's really none of that. It's just you're going from one point to the next point to the next point until you get to the end of the episode. Just felt a little shoestring together. And I'm a huge fan of Remedy. I'm one of the biggest Remedy stands out there. And this just didn't carry much momentum for me. It started off strong with episode 1, and then it quickly fell off a cliff for me. So 1 out of 3 ain't bad, but I wish it was better. Okay. And the last thing that I played, which is the vast majority of what I've been playing, season 4 of Diablo started up a few weeks ago. And they touted a complete retooling and complete overhaul on loot. And
what's that mean?
Basically means the complaints that players were having where loot was not plentiful. Once you get a set build, there's not really much there to shoot for. A lot of the gear, once you get a best in slot role, there's really no point to play the game. Like you've got the best stuff. And then the in-game activities were just hollow. They really didn't do much. The most high tier in-game activity, like the resources you receive from it, they don't really go to anything. They didn't go to really making your character that much better. That is what they improved. So loot is way more plentiful, and loot is more substantial, especially when you have a build set up. So for instance, they introduced two major things to any piece of gear, any legendary piece of gear that can drop. Number 1 is tempering, and this completely changes the game. Every piece of legendary gear, once you're at a certain level, you can add 2 abilities to all of your gear. And those abilities are from a list of things that you have to roll on. So like if you want to have maximum life, you want to increase your maximum life, you have to find out where maximum life is on your list, click it, and it's going to say, okay, you can roll for maximum life, but you can also roll for armor, you can roll for life, you can roll for life per second, and you have a limited amount of rolls that you can do. So there is a situation where you can get an amazing drop and you could brick your gear. It sounds horrible. Whoa. It hasn't happened. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen enough for it to be a problem, but it happens just enough for every time you roll it to be absolutely exhilarating to find out what you're going to get. It actually makes the game fun. I've had one instance where I got mad at losing a piece of gear, just one. But this is in like 100 hours, one instance. So that ain't bad.
I guess so. But if you've been sitting with that piece of gear for X amount of hours and you're trying to improve it and like,
no. Well, it's not gear that you've been sitting on. It's like
Oh, okay.
a new piece of gear. Like this is a new piece of gear you got.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
got
right.
a great, it's a better roll than what you're currently rocking. And there is a chance that you could ruin it. But like I said, it is not that extreme. It's not that extreme. Because when it works and you get those great two pieces of those two great stats on there,
it would still be nerve wracking for me every time.
Yeah, like
it's
I want I want that pop when I see it drop. You know, not like when
and that does happen, and that still happens, and then it happens twofold and threefold too, because there are even more things that they added. So that's tempering. You can add extra affixes to your ability. So you have 3 affixes on your ability. So you can have all your gear with 5 affixes. That massively increases your power in this game, and it massively increases your ability to do really late game and in-game content, which also offers way, way better resources to make your characters even better, to masterwork the gear that you find to make that gear even stronger. So the other thing that they added were things called greater affixes. So of the 3 affixes that you can get, there's a 10% chance that you're going to get dropped a piece of legendary gear, but it's going to have a star next to it. And next to that star is going to be, it denotes essentially that where that star lands, whatever affix you're going to get like 25% more to that power. So you can get like uber gear on top of the gear that you have. Like, so by the time you get to the end game, you want all of your gear to have greater affixes. So even though you think your build is good, there's so much more to shoot for. And then there's masterworking. Masterworking is the ultimate in-game activity. And it uses rare resources that you can only get from in-game activities, and it is another way to completely maximize your power. Every time you level up, and there's 12 levels that you can do. Every level, all of your stats on your gear, all of your stats gets a 5% boost every time you level it up. On your every 4th level up, one stat gets chosen for a 25% increase.
Damn.
So if you get a 25% increase on something that has a greater affix, you're getting almost a 50% boost. So if you have like a damage stat, you're getting major boost to your stats. And these are the things that they added to make your drop. So when you think that you have the best gear that you have, boom, you get a drop. It has 3 greater affixes on it, and it's perfect. That's happened to me a couple of times. So the discovery of new items is really, really good. The activities, like the 3 or 4 activities that I do on a daily basis when I play the game, all the resources lead into something. Like nightmare dungeons give you resources for the pit. The pit gives you resources for masterworking, and also gives you resources to do more nightmare dungeons if you run out of sigil powder. So like everything synergizes into each other. Blizzard made a ton of great decisions here. A ton of great decisions. And they just gave us pets out of nowhere for free yesterday.
Oh yeah? Okay.
And it picks up all of your items on the ground. You don't have to walk around and pick up anything. Well, it doesn't pick up like the gear. It picks up money, resources, things like that.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask what it does about its inventory size. So
the only thing you do is pick up the gear, the actual gear.
Can you send it back to town to sell stuff?
No, they haven't quite made it to that level of quality of life.
We're not quite to Torchlight yet. So
okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say they've been doing that a while. All right,
a long time. Yeah, it's shocking that it's not a part of that feature. But I've been playing an asinine amount of Diablo. My character is like super leveled up. The max level is 100. Just to give you an idea of where my power level is, the maximum level enemies can go in Diablo 4 is 200. You can't go any higher than that. I even think the in-game activity, you can only go to 199. I'm level 100 and I'm fighting enemies level 171, 172. So I'm really getting close to that point where like my character is at the top of his power level that he can go and stuff like that. So luckily Shadow of the Erdtree comes out in a couple of weeks, like a week and a half, and I can finally.
Isn't it this week or no?
29th, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think it's later in the month. I think it's later in the month. Yeah, like 2 weeks. So yeah, I got a couple of weeks of Diablo left to grind away until Erdtree's out, and I can relieve myself of demon slaying for the most part.
For more demons, yeah.
For more demons. For more demons. That's it. That's all I've been playing. A lot. I've been playing a lot, but that's all I've been playing.
Okay, cool. Let's see. What have I been doing? So I'll bring up Beat Saber really quick, only because they released another soundtrack with free songs to download. So I think there's 5 or 6 new songs that you can download. So I've been messing with those. Go ahead. What do you say?
I got PlayStation Virtual Reality 2.
Oh, nice. Okay, we'll talk about that.
It's just sitting right over there. Like I've downloaded a couple games. Like there's not a lot of games for it, so I'm just kind of sitting on it until the PC adapter
comes out.
Yeah, but it's
That's
a beautiful
cool.
screen. It's a nice piece of hardware for sure.
I will say that the Horizon game is actually pretty damn good.
I'm tempted to get that.
Yeah, it's a really great experience.
Can I play that sitting? Because I can't really move around.
Yes, you can absolutely play it sitting. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's see. I played some Bloodstained. So there was some news that Bloodstained is going to have a new DLC coming out tomorrow, actually. And it's going to be Classic 2. So what I ended up doing is I went ahead and downloaded it back from Steam onto my PC, and went and tried out the current Classic mode, which is very Castlevania, very first Castlevania. Feels very, very much the same, but and it works really well. Don't expect it to be super forgiving. It as I said, very much like first Castlevania. There's a few things it does that are a little bit better, but there's literally a 1984 mode or something like that, where if you type in if you do the Konami code, it shuts off things like turning around in midair. It shuts off her backflip jump. So she's got the Richter backflip jump, where if you jump and then hit jump again.
No.
Yeah, I know. So if you really want to challenge, that's there. But no, I got to play that a little bit, and I got to the 3rd stage, and but it was enjoyable. And then I played some as Zangetsu, the samurai dude. So I started up a new game, and I played with him a little bit, and that's that feels really good too. He's got some fun moves. But yeah, mainly just prepping for the Classic 2, because Classic 2 looks like it's going to be directly after the end of the game. So I'm interested to see what happens, because I have a feeling that's going to kind of be a lead into Bloodstained 2 whenever that happens. Let's see what else. Played a demo today, because it was from Way Forward, and you guys know how much I freaking stand over Way Forward.
Sure.
Yars Rising. So this is and Yars is like Yars Revenge, the old Atari 2600 days. So Yars Rising is a Metroidvania that takes place in that universe, and Emmy, the girl that you play as, her handle is Yar. She actually goes by Yar, and she's a hacker. And you're like the kind of, it seems like the story is that she's trying to take down this big overpowerful corporation that's doing nefarious things behind the scenes. And she gets a job with them, and then while she's at work, she actually goes and tries to hack into their systems.
It's fan fiction that somebody got hired at Google. You're like,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But so the way they kind of bring in the Yars part of it is that while you're hacking, you take the form of whatever you want, your handle to be, and she picks the little Yar dude. So while you're hacking at the terminals, you're literally playing Yar's Revenge.
I gotcha. That's how they
so there's
okay.
So they kind of they integrate it that way, and it works. It's okay. That part is okay. But honestly, I'm probably going to pick this up just because it's the Metroidvania aspect of it is fun. There's a stealth aspect of it too, which I really like. And it's funny, like, Way Forward is all about the wit and stuff like that. So yeah, this was, I did not even know this was a thing. And Way Forward posted it on Twitter, and I was like, Yars Rising, what is that? And there was a demo on Steam, and I downloaded it, and it was enjoyable. So
cool.
First of all, they put you through like a little bit of the Metroidvania aspect of it, and then essentially just take you from where you're at and drop you into a boss fight. And they kind of just say, we're just doing this for the demo so you guys can see how it's like. And that first boss fight they give you is kind of easy. So I'm hoping that it gets a little bit more challenging. But overall, it was a good experience. So I'll probably pick that up. And I spent most of my time this week playing Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yeah, I've seen that. Jesus Christ.
So,
man, settle down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so digging into one of my backlog games that we committed to this year, and I'm going to tell you guys. Do you guys remember Valkyria Chronicles 1?
Oh yeah,
and I played it, and I talked it up, and I kind of stopped playing it. And then Nabeshin came out and said, "Hey, first person to beat the game, he challenged me and Scott and a couple other people. And he goes, first person to finish it, he's going to buy a game." And I got fucking super into it at the time. That's where I'm at with VC4 right now. Nice. I am super into it right now. I'm really, really enjoying it.
He's not going to buy you a new game, by the way, right?
I know, that's fine. I honestly wish I could buy him a game right now.
Sorry, I have awful humor.
But I think I'm past where I was the first time I played through it. I must have got further than I thought originally, but there's one cool thing that I'm really enjoying is that, first of all, I found a really good spot to grind for XP. I'm going to probably make a little, I'm probably going to make a little short out of that, and I'll work with you guys to work on that. But there's essentially one of the, so they have these things called squad stories. And so they kind of get you more into your squad mates this time around than they did in the first games. But they have they'll do it in trios. They'll take trios of squad members that tend to become friends, and they'll put them in situations where they become better acquainted with each other. And one of the things that Valkyria Chronicles does is if you're every troop has a certain 3 troops that they like. And if they're in a mission with them and they're next to them, you have a much better chance of getting team shooting.
Yep.
So if you actually bring two characters next to each other and you fired an enemy, the other character will fire with you while you're attacking. So you get extra damage that way. So them being close makes that more likely. And going through the squad stories, you get to kind of see how they advance their friendships. It tackles a lot of there's a bit of tackling the social issues in there too. But and they also have everybody has potentials that either give them boosts, and some of them actually give them boons. And when you go through the squad stories, a lot of those boons turn into, I'm sorry, not boons. I'm saying it the wrong way. I think
noobs. No.
So anyway, they're negatively impacted. They've got things that boost you and things that pull you back, and the negative impacts get turned into positive traits after you go through the squad stories. So that's a really cool feature. Well, one of the squad stories you could finish in literally a minute, and it gives you 10,000 XP, which is easily enough to level up.
Is it repeatable or?
It's repeatable, yeah. And you can easily level up troops, a set of troops up until level 11 with that much. You can get an entire level out of your troops. But the big thing about level 11 in this game is everybody becomes elite, and they get new abilities, and they get longer distance that they can go and things like that. So,
nice.
But yeah, overall, I'm very much back into it like I was with VC1. And probably be talking about that a lot more in the next couple weeks.
Was this just on PS4? Yeah, is that right?
No, it's on Steam as well. So
Is it?
you can
Okay,
get it on
all right.
Steam. I think I'm almost positive. Almost positive.
No, I believe you.
But yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
Neat.
And I think that's it for me. So I'm going to pass it back over to Travis because I think we have something else to talk about.
We do. So for this week's topic of the week, as always, we're going to do our hype meter for Summer Games Fest, and we're just going to stick with Summer Game Fest, the first conference right now. These conferences were huge, tons of games, and I think on Thursday when we record, we're going to finish up with the Xbox conference there, and maybe even slide in Ubisoft as well. There's a couple of big games there to discuss. But for all of you who are not familiar with the Nabeshin Hype Meter, Nabeshin, Brian Jackson, who Chris mentioned earlier, was best friend of the show, and he sadly passed away earlier this year. But prior to that, for years, he devised a little game called the Hype Meter, and we have adopted it full time in memory of him. So what the hype meter is,
the hype alive.
This is how we keep it alive. And what we do here, we're going to list all the games that were announced at Summer Game Fest, and we're going to announce our how we rate it on the meter. And the meter is a number of 5 subjects, and they all go in ascending order, starting with who gas, who gives a shit, meh, nice, hype, and motherfucking truth being the ultimate.
Wow. So we brought back. Okay, I remember we were doing 4 because we couldn't remember all of the 5. So that's good that you brought that back.
Somebody
brought it back.
Nice.
We brought it back.
I'm glad we did because we needed to.
You got to have that 3-point scale. No one does a 4-point scale anymore. Yeah. What are we, Siskel and Ebert? You kids don't know who that is. You don't know who that is.
Nobody does. Nobody knows that.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on here. I lost my my page. All right. So starting off Summer Games Fest, they kicked off with Lego Horizon. This was a long rumored game, and it was confirmed with this. How are you guys feeling about Lego Horizon?
Straight out of AliExpress. I've been trying to get Chris to buy these Horizon Legos for I don't know how long. So this is developed in China apparently, and for like a small budget. Motherfucking truth. Yes.
I'm with you, man. I'm gonna buy this for sure, dude. I haven't played a Lego game in so long. You throw those fucking giant robot dinosaurs in there, I'm all over it. I love the idea. I am all over it.
It looks great.
So this isn't developed by Traveler's Tales?
I don't know. I didn't see their name over it.
I think it is, but it's with Gorilla involved. I'm not 100% sure of that though.
I would definitely want to see Traveler's Tales in there. For some reason, I only trust a Lego game with them on the box, but that's just me. I'm gonna go meh on that. I haven't been interested in a Lego game in quite some time. Up next is Quidditch Champions, the Harry Potter Quidditch, the spiritual successor to Quidditch World Cup back on the Xbox One and PS2 days. I'm gonna go nice on this. I actually enjoyed Quidditch World Cup, and if this could be as fun as that game was, I would be interested in playing this. All political Rowling stuff aside, I think the game could be fun.
Political Rowling stuff still stabs me in the heart, so I'm going to give it a who gas. Sorry.
Who gas?
Yeah, I'm a who gas anyway, so yeah. No. So I was wrong. They apparently Traveler's Tales does not have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out how this goes. But
maybe they just pumped out an engine and anybody can get involved now. Anybody.
Maybe. So the next game is No More Room in Hell. It's a first-person shooter zombie games. Coming to early access, I believe, on Halloween. Don't know how I feel about it. Meh. Trailer didn't grab me.
Yeah, it just seemed like a very basic by the numbers zombie flick at this point.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, the title is derived from zombie movies in the past. So
yeah,
Am I over zombies? I might be. I might be.
I mean, I think they're trying to hype up the permadeath thing, and that doesn't really do anything for me. So
yeah, no, and it's like it's an 8-player co-op game, so it's you're gonna need people to play with. If not, you're gonna be just playing with randoms the entire time. Like getting 7 other players to play one game is an impossibility.
Yeah, I'm a meh on this one.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm going to skip Star Wars Outlaws, and we're going to do that next week.
Okay.
I mean, next episode. Cool. Civ 7. That was kind of a big announcement for PC users.
I guess so. Yeah, it was a big grandiose announcement. Lots of cinematics and such. I'm not a Civ guy, so I don't know. This is lost on me. Give me a meh.
It's a big deal.
I will say nice for those that are into Civ. I'm not into Civ, so.
Yeah, I'm not into it either. I'm going to go meh on this, but I cannot take away that it is a pretty big announcement for PC users.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a meh for me, dog. All right, Dragon Ball sparking. Oh, there's a exclamation point. Dragon Ball sparking 0.
Sparking.
There's an exclamation point and then 0. So it's Dragon Ball sparking 0.
Okay.
I will say this, like, these games look fucking gorgeous.
Right.
I just don't want to play them. I actually went out and I got Kakarot, which was like the RPG version.
Yeah.
And I played it for like 2 or 3 hours, and I enjoyed what I played with it. And I was just like, I'm done. I don't
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I still have Kakarot. I just don't, I only played it for probably about 2-3 hours. I got to the point where you get to see, what's the first, like, in the show, what's the first dude?
The Frieza
dude you meet up with?
Shit.
No, not Frieza.
Krillin.
It's God, what is his name?
I'm just throwing out names now.
No, yeah. I'm trying to remember the dude's name. It's Vegeta. It's his brother.
Oh,
it's not Vegeta. It's before Vegeta. It's before Vegeta.
Let's go on. There's Goku. There's Boo. There's Jesus Christ.
It starts with an R. Raditz. Raditz is his name.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Raditz is like the first dude you run into, I think. And I think I got as far as him, and I don't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, As I said, these things look really good. So I'll say nice that they look good.
I don't know what genre game it is. It's not another fighting game so much as it is like another maybe action-oriented one, but it could be an RPG like Kakarot, like he mentioned before. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Dragon Ball.
I give only 2 shits, and none of them are for Dragon Ball. So this is a good gas for me.
All right.
All right. That's fair.
Too.
All right. But
what else?
If you're a fan of Batman, there may be something to be excited about, because Batman Arkham Shadow, the new VR Batman experience, and we'll keep calling it that.
That is super exciting until you find out it's exclusive to the MetaQuest 3, and then it's a hoo-gas.
Yeah.
It is exclusive to the MetaQuest 3, and it's like, nope, I'm not buying that right now. So
I will eventually get a MetaQuest 3 as soon as I'm employed. So I'm gonna, and I thoroughly enjoyed the first Batman VR game. I thought that was fun. So I'm gonna go hype on this, because if they can make this, if they can gamify what you do in that in the goggles a little bit more, instead of just kind of like being in like one set position and looking around, like if you can move around the space, I think that would be a lot better, and I'm sure that's going to be the case. But yeah, I'm gonna say hype on this. I'm a stand for VR. I like it.
Big Batman fan. Also a Hoogas on this. Yeah, that's
wow. Okay.
Not just the platform, but they have not instilled a lot of confidence in me with their first outing. So there's not much going on in the first game. So yeah, we'll see. But
all right,
good luck. Good luck.
All right, there was a Street Fighter 6 announcement getting some
Motherfucking
fatal motherfucking truth.
Put me down.
So there's a new roster of characters crossing over with Fatal Fury. So you got Terry and Mai.
Terry and Mai, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah. And you got M. Bison looking jacked up.
Yeah. And all fucking homeless and hobo Bison. Oh, God. Damn. I'm a little excited. Terry and Mai are my two favorite SNK characters.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. They're great characters.
I'm a basic SNK bitch, but they're two major players, and them coming into a major fucking the mainline Street Fighter like this is a big deal. This is not a Capcom versus SNK, which is, aside from everything else, that's what we want. But coming into his mainline Street Fighter like this is a big deal as a guest character.
It's a big step in the right direction.
Holy shit!
I can't even imagine like they did a Capcom versus SNK like back in the early 2000s. They did it.
Oh yeah, and then CVS2 is like heralded as one of the best 2D fighting games of all time. But it's a versus game, so it's not like a Street Fighter or an SNK proper. So it's this is why it's groundbreaking.
I think that's I want to see that coming. I think that would be a great addition to the fighting game community.
Oh God, yes. Oh God,
when I was a kid growing up, my Pizza Hut had a Street Fighter 2 and a Fatal Fury cabinet.
Holy shit!
Inside of it.
Nice.
And I remember playing both of those games.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to give this a nice, because of growing up and playing Fatal Fury, playing Street Fighter, and seeing this marriage come together. I think this is a really, really cool step in a really cool direction. So I would like to see more crossovers like this. And I mean, Street Fighter is always, they've never shied away from crossovers. Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat has a lot of guest characters or whatever. They're pulled from other genres and such and media. But it's rare that we see like fucking spearhead major player characters in major games like this. It's so cool.
Very cool.
Terry the Lonely Wolf and Mai Shiranui of the Shiranui Ninja Clan together in Street Fighter. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
It is.
All right. So Blumhouse, the film distributor, or the film, not distributor, but the production company.
Yeah.
They are getting into games. They created Blumhouse Games, and they unveiled a bunch of games. We're not going to remember all of them per se, but let's just talk about them all as a group. We have a slew of indie horror games coming out. I kind of love that.
Yeah.
I kind of love that there's someone coming in and filling that niche. But the biggest part of this announcement for me, and why this entire announcement wrapped up as a motherfucking truth, is because they're working with Sam Barlow to create his next game, Project C. And Sam Barlow, I've been wanting him to get back into his horror roots, because he was the spearhead director of was it Silent Hill? Was it Shattered Memories? I think that was called. It was the Silent Hill for the Wii. It was absolutely brilliant. Brilliant game, and seriously, my favorite Silent Hill game of all time, believe it or not.
Nice. All right.
So the fact that he's going back to his horror roots, doing it under Blumhouse Games, a lot of these games looked a lot of fun. So as a package,
there was a lot of variety in what I saw. Like,
yes,
there was a moment where when they first started going through like the different games that they were showing, I couldn't figure out if it was several different horror games or if it was one horror game that had something to do with video games, and you were evolving through like 8-bit to PS1 to PS2, a lot of the style. Yeah, a lot of the style looked like they were doing that with one particular game.
Huh.
But when they mentioned that they were working on several different games, I was like, oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of that stuff looked really cool.
Kind of like
I'm not gonna
for horror games. Yeah. Are you guys familiar with Evil Land? Like it goes from like 8-bit to 16-bit and it's all like Zelda inspired stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. Neat series.
Yeah.
Neat series.
I love this direction. Love me some horror games. Power Rangers. Rita's...
I'm not as much of. Okay, I didn't do mine. Nice.
So I'm sorry.
Nice?
My apologies.
Yeah, give me a nice on that. Good for them.
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Rita's Rewind. This was the 2D beat 'em up. Arcade.
Speaking of old school beat 'em ups.
Yeah. It just made me want to play Ninja Turtles.
Yep,
which is very good.
Exact same feeling. Yeah. Ninja Turtles and fucking Streets of Rage 4. I was like, now I kind of want to play Streets of Rage 4. I guess what I keep going to is like I don't mind the old school. I love the old school beat 'em ups. Okay, yes. I love them.
Okay,
but I want more developers to do what Sega did with Streets of Rage. It's like give me that polish. Like I love the old school stuff, but we got so much of that. Give me that polish.
So we got lucky with that. We got really lucky with that.
No, we absolutely did,
because they hired like developers that had worked on like fan made beat 'em ups in the past that controlled really well, and it just worked out in this particular system. So there are other games out there like the Toxic Avengers that they don't play as well, but they look just the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, they have that, 2D, art style, and but they just don't have the same mechanics, I guess. This seems to have the same kind of mechanics as those other deep 2D fighters. So I'm pretty excited. Give me a nice on this guy.
There we go.
Right.
Or no, what is it? Hype? Is it hype? That's in between nice and motherfucking truth.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
I'm a mad just because I've never been huge into Power Rangers, but
go Power Rangers with Rita Repulsa.
I'll go nice. I like Power Rangers. I grew up with them, so yeah.
You own them that much.
Mecha Break. So this was the mecha game that was unveiled last Summer Game Fest that everybody thought was Armored Core again. I don't know. Like it just
nice.
I mean, it looks great.
It looks fun.
It looks great. It actually reminds me a lot of. Part of me makes it like the speed of it. It feels like they're doing like some of the combat similar to like Virtual On, that type of stuff.
Right.
I mean, that's a very different game overall, but yeah, it looks really interesting. I'm going to say a nice. I'll check it out. I don't know if I'll get it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Also nice. This is also very in line with the Gundam games as of late, the multiplayer ones. So this seems like they're trying to get in line with that. So
it looks like they also pulled in Takayuki Yanase, who actually did a lot of the artwork for the mechs in Gundam, for Gundam Armored Core, Metal Gear. So the art style is phenomenal. I think it does look really, really slick.
Yep.
But if we want to try it out, it looks like that there is a beta test date coming in August.
Okay,
nice.
Why you would need to beta test? Is it a single player game?
No, it's got to be a multiplayer game.
Okay, interesting. Next up, First Descendant. This is Nexon's free to play sci-fi looter shooter. As if we needed any more of these.
Shit.
I'm a straight up who gas on this.
Really? God,
I was
trailer looking good.
I was excited. I was excited until I heard free to play.
Yeah,
because that just means it's going to be super grindy and there's going to be a lot of pay to win bullshit. And I don't know. I'm a meh at this point. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, meh for me, I guess.
Like it looks great, but tell me how those microtransactions are going to work. That's what I need to know.
You're super skeptical. Super cynical around these parts.
We are, man. It's because we're fucking old now.
Yeah.
And they don't make things the way they used to. That's
No,
the problem.
They need to make more games like Streets of Rage 4. Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
All right. So I talked about it in my distractions, but we had the Alan Wake DLC that was announced. Did you guys get into Alan Wake at all?
So I played a bit of the first one. I got probably about halfway through it, and then I don't know what happened where I stopped playing it, but I think maybe something else came out and it just distracted me from it. Yeah. I have not played Alan Wake 2 yet, but it's not necessarily off my radar. It's just one of those things where it's like it's not a priority. But the game looks great, and some of the stuff that I saw with the DLC that they're showing, the Night Spring stuff, it looked really fun. So it kind of actually pointed me at Alan Wake a little bit more. So when they announced like that they have the physical one coming through limited run, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll look at that. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm working up the courage. I'll get there eventually. It's still installed. It's still ready to go. I just got to sit down and play it because I played the first half hour and I was like, oh, that's spooky. And then I look around and it's like, it's 3 a.m. I cannot be playing this right now. And then days go by and yeah, I get distracted. So I'll come back to it at some point because it looks like my kind of game. Well, it looks like my kind of genre. It doesn't look like my kind of game so much. So I'll have to get over that in order to get to the good golden nuggets. That is Alan Wake. Them nuggies.
Them sweet wakey nuggies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I already talked about how I was on it. I'm nice on one of them and meh on two of them. Next game was Skate. This has been.
Was that Skate? What was that?
That was.
I have no idea. That was the weirdest introduction to a game that I've ever seen. Like the whole like.
Tim Robinson doing the
M Corp stuff. Like that was it was funny, but it was just really weird. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't, and all of a sudden it's a skateboarding game. I'm like, oh, okay. So,
man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a mound this. I probably won't play it, but I know that there's a lot of people that are looking forward to it. So, so because of that, I'm going to actually move it up to a nice.
Skate's a good rep. I'll give it a nice as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go hype. I like Skate 2.
All right.
I'm ready for Skate. I think this game's taking too damn long and needs to come out quick. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Moving on, Valorant is coming to consoles. I mean, kind of a big deal. I couldn't care less.
Who gassed? Because I didn't even know it wasn't on consoles.
So there you go.
This is another first-person class-based shooter, right?
Yeah,
essentially.
Not my thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not mine either. It's I don't really mess with competitive games, so very much.
If you listener love Valorant, awesome. This is great news
for you.
I just happen to not be a big fan.
So I just read that Valorant's coming to consoles. It will not feature cross-play support.
Oh, yes.
Now it's even more of a who
wow.
guess.
Holy the studio says it will let players keep their progress across platforms.
What?
That's weird.
But no cross-play.
That's fucked up.
I feel like that's going to get fixed in the long term. I feel like that's something they're going to have to correct.
It may be to keep the like the competition a a little closer on the,
or keep it fair.
Yeah,
that's true.
I know that in a lot of situations, PC has a lot of it. So I guess I understand the progress saving makes. I guess that's what makes me feel like they're doing it for that reason. Is because they are actually letting your progress go across different platforms. So anyway.
So let's see. Inner Sloth, the developers of Among Us, came out and they announced that they have an animated series for Among Us releasing. It's got a fun cast. So
yeah, and you didn't see that till the very end, like
till the very end. Yeah, like Patton Oswalt.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's one of the first names.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it
my
could be
son, because I know that he loves Among Us, but
that's good.
can I can I get a fucking like hype for the directive
for
that
Outer
they're kind of
Sloth?
pushing? Yeah, for Outer Sloth.
Yeah, can I get a fucking like motherfucking truth for Oversloth, please?
Seriously.
God damn, that shit was amazing. It's like, hey, we did so amazingly well
that
with Among Us
that
we're gonna give back to the community, to the independent game community. I'm like, fuck yes, this is the way we should be doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and they funded something like 6 games already, I think.
Yeah, they've got like 6 or 7 games in lineup already, and I'm like, shit, I might buy all of those games just on fucking principle, you know, because in reality, it's like, you do really well and then you give back to the community. That's how capitalism probably should work, but it doesn't right now. So
trickle down.
Yeah.
Trickle down.
Yep. Trickle down is bullshit.
Unless you make it work.
Have you guys seen that movie Dune? Yeah. You ever seen that?
I've bought it twice and still haven't watched it.
Well, there's a video game coming out.
One. I haven't seen the second one yet.
All right.
Yeah, there's a video game coming out.
Oh, shit.
How about that?
I'll just play that.
I would be interested in that, right? I would be close to a hype or maybe even a motherfucking truth at the thought of a Dune game.
I'm at a nice right now because I want to know more about it. Like, I want to know.
It looks like it's an MMO. It's an open world survival MMO.
Right.
So that
survival brings it down a level for me.
My love for Dune will not allow me to go down straight to a who gas. So I'm going to give this a meh. They didn't have me at MMO, and then they lost me at survival. Completely lost me. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's who-gassing the Dune. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see if you'll who-gas this. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Trying to remember. Yeah.
So Kingdom Come Deliverance was a first-person medieval game taking place in the 12th century. And you play this commoner character. And the developers kind of marketed the game as the most realistic first-person medieval game.
Role-playing wise. Like there was a lot of...
Role-playing wise.
Yeah.
Like missions, like if you accept a mission and then you run around for a couple of days and then you go back, that mission is going to be over because you didn't complete it. You just let it sit. It's one of those things. So like time is...
They also listed it realistic as far as races were concerned, and that there were only white people there. So
and also realism with combat as well. It's an interesting game. So I tried Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 back in the day, couldn't get into it, but I think I was playing other stuff at the time as well. Deliverance 2 got announced, I think, about a month ago. And I went ahead and rebought it, and I have Deliverance installed on my computer. on my PlayStation, and I want to play it soon. So with my hype for wanting to get into Deliverance 1, I'm going to go nice on Deliverance 2. It could upgrade to hype if I end up liking Deliverance 1.
If they even grab me by now, I got to give it a who gas.
Hey,
sorry, friendos.
No, that's fair.
You lost me at sometimes you'll come back and the quest isn't there anymore. I don't want my games to be work. I just don't. So I'm a meh on this one.
All right. Sounds good. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Slitterhead was the next one. Now, this is one,
right in the middle. They just slittered. Oh, gross.
This is one. I'm a huge fan of Japanese horror. And this looks right up my alley. I'm glad we got some gameplay and we got to see like what we're actually going to be doing in this game. And I have so many questions for what this game is going to be, but like the chaos that ensues when you are in combat and you're moving your spirit from like person to animals to like dodge enemies and stuff like that. It seems a lot of fun. It seems wacky, batshit insane. I'm an easy hype on this.
Okay.
I'm with you on that. I think the one thing that I'm hoping that they don't do this, but I don't, when games have combat where like they over exaggerate the hits that you make, where like some of them, like in the trailer, like it almost looked like there were pauses every time you made contact with the enemy.
Mhm.
That's sometimes really distracting.
Sure.
So I'm not sure how that will work for me. But the game itself looks interesting. Like I am definitely looking forward to seeing what they do with it, because like all the mutations and shit like that, it looks really cool.
Hit stop is important, man. Don't discount it. Give me a nice on that. Yeah, it's got a super good look to it. Yeah, I want to see it play out. See if people that are fans of the genre really like it.
Yeah, I hope people come out for it.
Mhm.
So next up is Delta Force Hawk Ops.
What? That's not a fucking real video game. Come on.
It's a military shooter.
Next up is not Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm a Hoogas.
Yeah, I'm a Hoogas too.
Hoogas. I have no shits to give. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Killer Bean. Going to early access during the summer.
Yeah. Speaking of military games, this game is done by one dude.
One dude,
and he's had like fucking ties to like the Matrix and other action genres. And I've been following this on Twitter for years, and it's been amazing watching this shit. This has got some really cool fucking cinematic John Woo, fucking over the top Michael Bay explosion bullshit.
Okay.
And super smart decision as a single developer, like a one person team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
To not overdo it to figure out a style that allows you to make something that looks good with very little effort.
Yep.
So hey, I'm just gonna make them all beans. That sounds good. And like at first it's like, what? And at the same time it's like, oh, one guy. That's super smart. That's super smart. So yeah, I mean, I've never seen this before, so but when I saw some of the stuff they were doing, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'll give it a nice for the time being. See how they I'm interested to see where they go.
Hype.
I am nice for show on that. Very, very nice. The Stanley Parable creator has their new game Wanderstop. I don't remember this from the show.
Oh shit! What it is? Goddamn. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. I solely off the fact that it's the Stanley Parable developer, I'm gonna say nice, because that game was really fun. Very smart, well written, super cute. I like it. You don't like Stanley? How do you not like Stanley Parable? It's a game about nothing.
It's not my thing. It's my son's thing. He plays that pretty regularly, but
that's awesome.
Wanderstop.
Well,
so this
Griff
one
has great taste in video games.
At the end, the character that they kind of introduce as the main character is sitting on a bench, and she's kind of fighting with herself, saying, "I'm happy. I don't need to run anymore," that kind of thing. I am interested in what's going on there with that story, but I want to see more about what the game is first. I never played Stanley Parable, so I don't really know.
All right. This seemed like on the surface level, it looks like a very by the numbers farming or sim game. But
at first it does, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a layer underneath. Okay, all right, I'll see where it goes. But maybe nice.
Maybe. All right. Our next stop is Wanderstop. This is from that one we just did. Wanderstop. I'm sorry.
Our previous stop was
Amazon's Amazon's next game was up. It was New World Eternum.
That's not a real video game. God damn.
Yeah, again,
I do not remember this one.
Yeah, another MMO. I'm a Hoogas on
Hoogas. Just please,
save
me. Yeah. Save me, man.
Pow World is got announced a new expansion, new island.
Good for them. Good for them. Winning the lottery like that. Yeah. Good for them. Yes.
And we're all gonna give our motherfucking truths for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yep, motherfucking truth.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this Monster Hunter.
You're a fucking liar.
It could be really bad. Like
Jason wants
shitty.
something higher than motherfucking truth is what he's trying to
that's
say.
what I'm holding out for, essentially.
Jason, even if it was bad, you would still buy it.
I would still kind of buy it. Yeah. No, it looks fucking amazing. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I can't wait. I cannot wait for everybody to be playing and grouping up and taking out some.
And it's not a straight up like sequel to Worlds, like it's evolving in well, at least so far in the character design. Like there's characters that are voiced. There's fucking palicos that are voiced. Shit, man, what the fuck's going on? They get oh my god. No, who cares?
Liar.
Yeah, that's a motherfucking truth for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, next up is Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess.
Is this a Capcom one?
This is the Capcom one.
I don't know what this is, but it
first
looks
couple times,
really neat.
First couple times I've seen it, I'm like, this is probably not for me. But then I get a Neo vibe from it, and then I get a little Sekiro, and then I get the Capcom charm, and then I'm like, maybe I might like this shit.
And there, it's like it almost looks like what are they called, the Kingdom Heart, Kingdom, damn it,
Kingdom Hearts.
Not Kingdom Hearts, Samurai Warriors, and that type of thing. Dynasty Warriors. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
The Museo games, or is that how you say it? I don't. Musu games. It like part of it looks like that, but the combat looks significantly deeper.
Yeah.
So I am certainly interested to see what they're doing with it. No, I'm a nice on that, or actually, I'll probably say hype. I'll say hype on that.
There's a weird like Okami hook to it. Well.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's all over the place.
Yeah. I'm hype on this. This looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
All right. And Summer Game Fest ended on Phantom Blade Zero, a shocking final game.
Yeah.
I expected something bigger. It kind of speaks to the show itself that this was the headliner.
I want to hope and pray that this is like some sort of like Jeff Keighley saw something that we didn't see, but
I agree.
I didn't see it.
For him, the headline his show with this, I agree. I feel like he knows something or got hands on or something, because there is a demo. There is a demo coming out soon for everyone. So hopefully,
I mean,
this could very much be.
Did you guys not like what you saw? Like, it looks great.
I
think it looks cool.
I didn't see enough to differentiate it, I guess, from
exactly
my thought and shit like that. So
yeah, there's just like a lot of the genre, and
there's a lot
I didn't
right now.
see anything that made it say, okay, this is why you need to play this. Like Jason said, like there's nothing to differentiate from the other character actions that are out there.
I don't know, man. There's a woman with foot swords. Come on, man.
That's pretty cool.
She got foot guns.
The art style is not bad. I like the direction that's going in. I just want to know. I need more gameplay. I need to see like what's the draw. I can get some good looks with more long-term gameplay. You can get a good feel of the weightiness, how the combat swings. Weapon momentum. Like you can get a good taste with a deeper dive gameplay demo, and hopefully when the demo releases, we'll all get an opportunity to play it. And if they release a demo early, that should say something about their confidence levels too. I'm
always skeptical of games like this, because it's really more about like how it feels than how it looks or whatever. Yep. I'm not going to lift a gift horse in the mouth. I love this genre. This is right up my alley. But at the same time, it's like, if it's bad, like, fuck no, I don't want any part of it. So, you can't just keep throwing out games like this. God damn it. You got to make them good every time.
Got to be responsible developers. Yes. Come on.
I'm done.
And that was the show. So next week.
Well, that was a lot of the highlights of the show. Was there anything in the show that was not listed in that article that you guys thought was interesting?
This was pretty much everything. The only other thing,
there was several more.
So the only other thing that I know that we haven't talked about yet was that they announced three new Xbox consoles for the holiday season, and they're going to be sans disk drives.
Yeah, digital only.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and aren't they more expensive and they just have a 2 terabyte hard drive or something like that?
The Series S was $350.
So that is more expensive, right? Because it's 300 standalone.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, you're paying more for the storage space. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they took away the disk drive on the X, and then did they raise that one too, or is that still 500?
They also raised the storage space to 2 terabyte, I think, which is substantial. But not all of us need to have our shit on disk.
No.
I'm just saying.
So do you guys remember seeing how do they pronounce it? Is it Neva? It's the same company that did GREE. Is that what it is? GRIS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Had it's like very artistic, beautiful game with like a deer
2D,
dog.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that looked interesting to me, and I got a lot of throwbacks. And I don't, Jason, you might know what this is, but I'm not sure if anybody, how many other people will. It's more of a kids show, so I've watched it with my kids. But there's a show called Hilda. And it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, Norwegian. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But like the visual style, and especially with the deer dog, like kind of gave me those feels. And then Black Myth Wukong. What did you guys think of that?
Well, this has been announced for years.
Yeah.
I just want to play the game. It's been in development for quite some time now, and we finally have a date, August 20th. 3 days before my birthday, so thank you for that gift, developer.
Yeah, yeah. It looks really good. Like I'm interested in that for sure.
It's Souls-like to the core, man. Motherfucking truth. Yeah, I couldn't be any truthier.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's much else that on the list that we didn't go over that was interesting, and I think those are the biggest ones for me.
Anything about Terry Bogard or My Sure?
Well, there was they talked about Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, right, or City of Wolves.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And then they did Sonic and Shadow Generations. That was it. Hyperlight Breaker. Jason.
Yes. Yeah. Please. Yes.
That's
absolutely.
That looks really good. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in that. They took their style and they brought it forward. It looks really cool.
Risk of Rain 2 style roguelike. I want to marry them. I really do. So please, yes.
And then there was Party Animals, which to me kind of looked like Gang Beasts.
Well, yeah.
Did you guys ever play Gang Beasts?
Dude, yeah. The game's been out a while. I don't know why the fucking...
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they're re-advertising it, where this came from.
I think those were these games that you're mentioning. I think these were in the sections where it's actually advertisements and not actual show announcements. That's why they're not on my list, but you have them on your list.
No, Neva was an announcement.
That was?
Okay.
Yeah, Neva was absolutely an announcement. And I don't know about the other ones, but I can go back and look, but Neva was definitely an announcement. I don't know if it was an announcement, but it was something that he introduced the game itself.
Okay. Gotcha. Sounds good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. That's it for the show.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And if you did, please tell a few friends about us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. All of those things help us a lot. Check out our Linktree down below. From there, you can meet up with us on Discord and join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you. And if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can also visit our Patreon. Check us out on Twitter. We are InDis Chris, Unistrike, and Travis D. Baum. And InDis Geoff is not here. He's at Disney. But it is GEOFF.
He's struck.
But until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Travis.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next time.